Laverne, let people know, introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what inspired you to run for Miami Gardens City Council.
So again, my name is Laverne V. Deer, and I'm a community advocate. I bring more than 20 years experience in the healthcare sector and the government sector, as well as nonprofit. Have my own nonprofit organization through advocacy. Um, Throughout my career, I have managed multi-million dollar programs working in local government. But most importantly, I'm a caregiver for my mom. That is the biggest job that I have. And what that has done is that has taught me patience. It has taught me, how that level of empathy with our seniors. And of course, Miami Gardens is a heavy senior community. But most importantly, my background in my education, I have a master's in business. I have my bachelor's in healthcare administration. So healthcare has been one of my top field and profession. And even with my master's, I currently work in government, but I work in the healthcare sector. And in that sector, I work with individuals who are struggling with substance use disorder and mental challenges. And so I focus a lot on compliance in the area that I work in government. And what that has done is it has taught me, one, patience for the most vulnerable community, as well as it helps me with changing policies. I work a lot with implementing changes through policies and especially with the substance abuse crisis situation that we're dealing with in today's world. People need to understand that, substance abuse is not just affecting the individuals, it's also affecting families. And so when we go to work every day to help these individuals, we're not just helping them, we want to help them long term. And so my role in that is very fulfilling, and that's what brings me now into public service. Outside of that, I have my own charity organization called Female Development World Organization, where I advocate, do a lot of advocacy, teach a lot of children. My advocacy in my charity ties in with my profession because through Female Development World Organization, I work along with a lot of individuals who have been trafficked or suffer some form of childhood trauma. And a lot of time, those childhood trauma lead you into those substance abuse
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle, right? And even in the criminal justice system. And so my advocacy ties in with my profession. So, people ask me, because I've been in that profession, I've been doing it for 15 years, serving those individuals. And sometimes people ask me, why don't you want to advance? Why don't you want to go further? And my response would be, you know what, I am really getting the gratification because one, through my advocacy, I'm out there in the community, but I'm also helping people who have gone through childhood trauma and is now trying to recover from those trauma, from becoming victims to survivors. And so that now is what has led me into becoming a public servant in wanting now to step up to the role, right? So in 2019, well, actually before 2019, in I want to say 2012, I met House Representative Barrington Russell, who came to, came to one of my symposiums that I was talking about child sexual abuse and those issues. And he invited me to come to Tallahassee. He says, I learned so much about what you're doing, and I want you to come to Tallahassee to work with my staff to see how we can put policies in place to change these issues. And so he brought me under his wings. I did a press conference in Tallahassee at the time. Ben Crump was there. We were advocating against human trafficking. And then that led now into the next year where he didn't get reelected, but then he introduced me to Senator Perry Thurston. And through Senator Perry Thurston, I was able to rewrite proposal language with his staff to be able to implement a bill to which led to the Florida Department of Education, making Florida the first state in the nation to teach human trafficking education in schools. So my professional life and my personal life all goes hand in hand, and that is what has prepared me now to run for office in Miami Gardens.